Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the Nerdic Pro podcast. How are we this evening? My name is, as per usual, Bobby effing SALASTAR, and with me currently on the line is none other than one half of the FireStar Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champions as part of Attic Inc. alongside Filthy Ryan Rude, the one and only Matty Mayhem. Matty, how are you doing?
Hey, thank you very much for having me. It's strange. We've spoke to each other quite a while over the last few years, but this is the first time we've actually spoke in person.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
I believe our first conversation was on a post on Facebook and me saying who or like something stupid.
Yeah. It was who. It was for it was a booking post, and they were like, "Oh, please welcome back Matty Mayhem," and you were like, "Who?" We've kept it going for quite a while now, so it's good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's something that we've kept up for best part of 2 years.
Yeah, well,
like
why not? Why not?
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, tell us a bit about you. Who is Matty Mayhem? What is like? Who are you, sort of thing?
It's strange, right? Because Matty Mayhem's went through a lot of changes over the last year alone. So the best way I can describe Matty Mayhem is when I first started, I was a Disney kid. I was wearing bright colored jackets. I was like over the top baby face. And as I've transformed the character, it's Disney kid gone bad now. So it's like black, and more black. From Newcastle. Hey. I've wrestled since 2015 was my first match. I first got into wrestling in 2007, very, very briefly. Started training properly again in 2012, and the rest is history.
Nice one. So, where did you first discover wrestling? Was it through just like the stroke of luck and finding a school that you first started training in, or did you grow up as a fan?
Yeah, so I've always been a fan. It'd be pretty weird if I wasn't a fan getting into it. But no, the first training school was a place called IWF in Newcastle, which is no longer around anymore. I know there is a new one, but it's not the same. Started IWF, and I discovered it by accident. I think YouTube was pretty new or relatively new in 2007. And there was a promo that popped up on the suggested things at the side, and it was like this over the top character. He was called Paulie C, and I messaged. I was like, "Look, I wanna kind of give this a try." I didn't stick at it very well at all at the start. 2007, I just finished school, so I was 17, 18. Then I discovered other things after that, like drink and other things. So it didn't last very long. But IWF is where I first started to learn to train. I started off as a referee, which was great. Refereed some great matches. Refereed a match with, can you remember Big Vito from WCW and WWF and stuff?
Can't see I do.
Okay, Big Vito. No. He used to like come out wearing a dress and stuff. He was great. I refereed him. One of his matches, when I was like 18, which was surreal. Like, I know a lot of people are doing that a lot younger than me these days, but back then it was huge for me. And obviously I took the break from 2007 to 2012. I got back into it, and that was at Rad Pro and South Shields. Rad Pro has had some absolutely phenomenal people come out of their training school. Oliver Barrett, Joseph Biggs, Ryan Rude, Paddy Flanagan. Like, the list's endless of the amount of talent that's came out of there. So if I had to put me, I don't even know how I'm trying to word this. If I had to thank one company specifically for wrestling, it would be Rad Pro.
Okay then. So you say you got back into it again in 2015, was it?
I maybe debut in 2015. I started training again in 2012.
Right. So going into 2015, how did your debut there come about?
So the Rad Pro used to have like one main show, which was called Embryonic, and that was a monthly show at the same venue. But then they also had a thing called the Lair of Lucha tour, which traveled around to smaller social clubs in the Northeast. And my debut match was a 8-man tag match, and it was horrendous. It was terrible. I remember I was really, really, really skinny back then. I was nervous. Allowed to swear?
Yeah.
I was nervous. I was nervous as shit. Anyways, obviously debut. And I remember, I'm not going to mention the guy's name because I really like him now. But there was a big named indie wrestler sitting in the crowd. And I walked along the apron and I got on the turnbuckle to like show out to the crowd and stuff. And it was dead. It would no one give a shit. And all I heard from the back of the room was, "Get down, you fucking stupid skinny prick." And I was like, "Oh, come on!" Like, I'm nervous as shit. Anyway, why did you feel the need to do something like that? And the match itself was terrible. It's probably on YouTube somewhere. Please don't go look it up.
Don't tempt me. Like
yeah,
what do you do?
Yeah, Jesus. Like the people I was in the ring with as well. I probably shouldn't have been in the ring at that point, but I was, and it shows. It shows.
Fair enough. Like, do you remember who was in that match? Like,
oh god. So it was. I can't remember. I was obviously a face. So I think it was me, a guy called Yorkshire Dale, a guy called Schoolboy Stenner, and there was another one against Team Vault, which was Victor Von Vault, who was also incredibly talented. Geordie Marsh. I can't remember the rest because they're not wrestling anymore, and I don't think they were wrestling very long after that.
So, how long did it take for you to sort of like start branching out like to other promotions then?
I think it was 2016. I started getting bookings locally with a company called MPW.
Yes.
Yeah. So I started taking more bookings for them than I did for Rad Pro because Rad Pro started to close down at this point. And then it just snowballed from there. In the Northeast, there's another company. It was called NCW. I can't remember what it stands for, but it's now called Rapid Action Wrestling.
Yes.
Which again, I'm still there now. Locally in the Northeast, it's been like them three, I think. Zenith at some point I was on as well, which is again, it's grew from strength to strength. Again, that's changed its name now. Everyone's changing the name, but it didn't really start taking off until I want to say 2018.
Right.
And that was because of FireStar.
Yes, yeah. They went on TV for a bit, didn't they?
They did, yes, they did.
Yeah. They had Jake Hager and John Morrison go there.
Yeah, they had all sorts of mad talent like Ray, Rob Van Dam, Colt Cabana. Yeah, so it didn't really start. I keep knocking this pop mic. It didn't really start taking off until then, really.
And that MPW, that's Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony, yes.
Yeah, that's his company, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely guy, Mark. You know, met him before. Shared a ring with him, and great bloke. So I'm aware that you also were away from wrestling again, like for a while. When did you leave wrestling again? Because you come back a couple of years back, didn't you?
Yeah. So I took a 3-year break after a mad messy breakup. So it was during COVID when nothing was happening anyway. I left in 2020, and I don't think I came back until the end of 2023. I think it was like October 23. I came back. And that made me return with with Rapid Action Wrestling, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a good break. I think I needed it as well, like mentally and physically.
Are you glad to be back? Because like since you've been back, you've sort of been like non-stop, really.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying being back. I think, like I say, I think I needed the break. Because as many people know, wrestling is a toxic environment. So mentally, it cleared my head. I could have left and not come back and not had any regrets. I think towards the way I explain it to people now is I've split it up into 2 runs. So I call that my first run, and this is my second run. During my first run, like I was busy as shit. Me and Ryan Rood were literally everywhere towards the end of like 2018, 2019, before COVID. And it started feeling like a chore going to shows. Like it wasn't fun. I was tired all the time. And the toxic environment that it can be just sucked all the fun out of it. So I wasn't enjoying myself, and I think some of the matches that I was in towards the end of 2018-19 show that I wasn't enjoying it. I'm not like I'm saying I was half-arsing it or anything like that, because people pay to see us put on the best show we can, but I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't engaging as probably much as I should have. It done us the world of good being away. It helped me grow as a person. So.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like everyone needs, like time away from, like various bits and pieces, like for like whatever reasons, and so sort of keep it on currently. Since you've been back, like you've done like a fair old bit, like you've debuted for some more places, like you've returned to some places. Would you say that you're better now, or you were better before COVID?
100% better now. I think it's just because I feel as though I'm a better person now as well. I'm not saying I was an arsehole or I was horrible, but I treat everyone with so much respect now that deserve it. That is, there's so much younger talent coming through now that me and Ryan were on a podcast a few weeks ago, and when we were coming up in the scene, we didn't have anyone that we could go to, because all these veterans like gate kept everything. So me and Ryan have sort of adopted that role, especially at FireStar. Like we encourage the up and comers to come and speak to her and ask her if we've got any tips or anything that we can do to help. It's just made us into a better person, more laid back, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, it does help to like ask for advice from people who who have been doing it many years. Do you know what I mean? Rather than
you never stop learning.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than just thinking that like you're the Billy Big Bollocks of society. Do you know what I mean? Because that pisses me off, like when people act like that. But that's another story. But
I'll still ask for advice. Like I'll still I wrestled Kirby not long ago. Well, it was a while ago now. Jesus. And after the match, I went, look, any advice? He gives you constructive criticism if you need it. It's not harsh, beating you down sort of shit. And so that's what I try to do now.
Yeah. So, have you got any advice to, if there's any up and comers or anyone who's wanted to physically get involved in wrestling that you can give?
Find a reputable training school. There's so many good ones around now that probably wasn't around when I was up and coming. There's PPW, there's grafters. There's so many out there now with very, very good head trainers. Don't take the easy route and go to a shitbag company, because you're going to get on a show within 1 or 2 months. There's no need to do it. Don't run before you can walk with the wrestling. And don't be a dick. Essentially, be nice to everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Like easiest way forward, because like if you go to a somewhere where they've been wrestling continuously for many, many, many years, then you've got to be in better, safer hands there than someone who's only been wrestling for a couple of years, max, once every couple of months. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
And so, but currently as well, what is Matty Mayhem currently doing with wrestling? What promotions are you currently working for? What have you got coming up? Various bits and pieces.
It's been a very, very slow year. Obviously, I broke my shoulder in December last year. So that was a 6-month layoff, and I don't think I came back until June or July this year. So I made me return from injury at Rapid in Blythe. Won their main belt with that, and the second show back was FireStar, and that was the feud ender with Anarchy Inc. and Reform, which was such a great storyline, by the way. I absolutely loved working that. It was so unintentional as well. We were meant to do a few bits with them. It was December 7th last year. We wrestled them in a tag match. I took a clothesline or a lariat. I took the bump a bit awkwardly, snapped my shoulder. And then, obviously, if that didn't happen, it was meant to be one match, then maybe it's another one down the line. But because he broke the shoulder was broken midway through a match, we didn't know what was going to happen. So I spoke to Rob, the promoter, and I was like, "Look, if you want us to drop these titles, then I'm quite happy to do that. Like, it's understandable. The brand new tag team titles, like, you don't want them sitting on the shelf for this long." He went, no, we'll find a way to spin it into a story. So me, Ryan Ace, and Kendall all sort of group came together and said, "Look, what can we do with this?" And we, without having a single match, within 6 months, we managed to build up a storyline for that. If we were attending the same shows that were like away from that area, we would do little bits here and there. We would post shit online about each other. Like, we built up a storyline without even wrestling, and the payoff was so good.
Did it feel good to get back?
Oh yeah, 100%. I was crawling the walls. Like, 6 months was a long time. I probably could have came back earlier, but I just didn't want to risk it. I'm older and wiser now. I've got kids that depend on me, so I don't want to be putting myself in. Wait, what? I'm having a stroke or something. I didn't want to put myself at risk, essentially.
So your return match, your return matches with Rapid, like you say that you won their main belt. Was it in your return match, or was it?
Yeah, that was it. I came back and won it. Yeah.
Right, so yeah,
I think I was meant to wrestle a match. He's a lad called X Jack, again, another talent from the Northeast who's great. The match was supposed to happen in December, when the same year that I broke my shoulder. But funnily enough, he injured his shoulder just before the show, so that match didn't go ahead. So again, that was another 6-month build up to me getting him in the ring. So we built something around that as well. It was great. It was a great time. Like, it was as awful as it sounds. Like, breaking my shoulder was the best thing that happened to us within wrestling. It gave us a little bit of motivation to get myself back on the gym and stuff like that. Like,
so as well, your return to FireStar, in-ring return to FireStar for the tag titles against Reform UK, yourself and Filthy Ryan Rude. Did you enjoy that match as well? Yeah,
absolutely phenomenal. Like I say, the payoff for the whole thing was insane. Like, it just felt, I kind of felt robbed because the match in December was going so well, and obviously shit happened and I broke my shoulder. Like, I felt as though I let the lads down a little bit that we couldn't finish that first match. But being back in there and doing what we did was great. The crowd were invested in it fully, like from start to finish. It was great, great feeling. Like it's probably in my top 3 favorite matches I've ever done.
So speaking a bit about your tag partner,
yes, that's all Ryan Roode.
How long have you been How long have you known Ryan Roode? How long have you been tagging with him? What can you say about him? Like
Ryan Roode is the greatest human on planet Earth. We outside of wrestling, he pushes me so much. Like if I don't want to do something, he'd be like, "No, get your ass. We want to do this." Like if I want to stay at home and lock myself away, he won't allow that. We met at Rad Pro. He debuted a month or 2 before me, and he was part of a tag team called Security. And their gimmick was that they were security for the events, and they kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed until they finally stepped in the ring. Obviously, that didn't last very long. And then he went to MPW, probably about the same time that I did. Then he formed another tag team with Easy B, Bruce Delicious, and they were called Pure Filth. And the longevity of Pure Filth was great. Like Easy B is such a fantastic technical wrestler. Like he's very much like he'll sit at home and he'll watch like hours upon hours of like Dynamite Kid and stuff like that. Like you'll watch all the old stuff. So when you're in the ring with him, you need to be on your game, like technical wrestling. And we traveled down to a wrestling company in Leeds, me and Ryan, in 2018, I think. We know what company I'm talking about. I'm not going to give them any free airtime.
Yep. No comment.
Yeah, so we traveled down. Ryan wasn't booked, but he brought his gear.
Yep.
And it was me. It was supposed to be me, Kaz Crash, and Joe FX in a triple threat. But Joe FX had car troubles getting there, and I said to the promoter, "Look, he's got his gear, like he can jump in as well." And we're like, "Right, so how can this work? Like, what can we do?" And I don't know if you've met Kaz. Kaz is phenomenal.
Kaz, I haven't. Joe, I have. Like he's one of my best mates in the business.
Yeah, so, he's Joe's great. Joe's so good. Yeah, but Kaz is a beautiful human being. And he went, "Well, you have traveled together, so why use other heels? So why don't you come out together as a tag team? And then we can, you two can beat on me, then you just turn on each other and stuff like that. Typical triple threat stuff." And we're like, "All right, cool." So then me and Ryan were backstage and we're like, "Oh shit, what do we call ourselves?" And we kept firing names off each other. And we were going to be originally, and I think at that event we got announced as Pure Mayhem, because Ryan's old tag team was called Pure Filth, and obviously I'm Matty Mayhem. So we're like, "Oh yeah, that's really good. Let's run with that." So I think we ran with that for that show. We got a T-shirt done. I think there's only one ever made, or 2. I think me and Ryan got one each, saying Pure Mayhem. But we're banned that idea off, because at Rad Pro there was a faction called Anarchy Inc. And it was like an anti-establishment good guy. We hate bad guys who are ruining the company sort of shit. And I was the last member that was inducted in Anarchy Inc. And I think I'm the last member that's still actually wrestling at this point, like back in 2018. And we're like, let's go for Anarchy Inc. Like, we've got that sort of look. And then the rest's history. Anarchy Inc. stuck really well.
So your time with Ryan Roode then, like, would you say that there's anyone better to tag with, or?
No, 100% not. The funny thing is, I didn't even want to be a tag team wrestler. Like, I hated the idea of it. But until it happens, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is actually so much more fun." But no,
So
I couldn't think of anyone better to do the road trips with and stuff. The stories that we've got are insane. Like that's probably going to take another like 3 or 4 hours to get through them.
all right. Speaking of your favourite moments, matches, car journeys, etc., with Filthy Ryan Rude, just off the top of your head.
Right. Okay. So favourite match. So I don't know. Can you remember a wrestling company in Leeds called LPW? Ran by Stephen Kelly, R.I.P. He was a lovely lad. Lovely lad.
Yeah, he brought that off of him who should go unnamed. Yes.
Yeah. So we done an LPW show on the Friday, I want to say. Oh no, it would have been the Saturday. We done an LPW show on the Saturday in Bradford. I wrestled Sean only, I think it was. And I think Ryan wrestled Sean only actually as well. I think like we done a match each against him. I really done me knee in, like really badly done me knee in. Ryan done his back, I think. So we're both like absolutely pagged. So we'll get back to the hotel. This is a 2-part story. So we'll get back to the hotel in Bradford. And Ryan, if anyone's seeing Ryan's like wrestling gear bag, it is huge, like stupidly big. We're getting the lift, and his strap gets stuck in the lift door. So we'll go up, and there's the little plastic bits on the end of bag straps.
Yes, yeah.
That gets caught in between like the level above us and like the lift. So the lift stopped, and we're stuck in this lift for like an hour. There was me, Ryan, and Ryan's partner, and I can't remember I think the Ben was like 3 months old at the time. So we're like all in this lift, and we're all having the time of our life. Just, what can you do in that situation? Like kicking off and whinging isn't going to do anything. So, me and Ryan took a selfie and stuff. Then the fire brigades opened the door eventually. And Ryan's obviously he's a cuddly lad. Or he was back then, should I say. He's huge now. Ryan's took his t-shirt off. He's got it wrapped around his head to try and stop the sweat from coming from his head. Then as soon as the fireman opened the door, Ryan's first words were, "This is like the worst game show reveal ever, isn't it, boys?" And it's like, fuck. So yeah, so obviously we're both injured ourselves that night. Then we travelled to Leeds to work for another wrestling company. Again, you know who that is. And we were supposed to be working Johnny Storm and Tony Knight.
Yes.
And
from Norwich, yes.
Yeah, so Paul Wild, who owns Rapid up north, he was doing the card for it.
Yep.
And me and Ryan know Paul, and we're like, look, we're not getting in the ring with Johnny Storm. Like, absolutely no chance. We're both fucked, and like, we don't want to make dicks of ourselves. Then we just heard someone behind us going, Paul. And then he came over, and Paul told him, like, look, these lads don't want to like get in the ring with you in the state that they're in. And Johnny's response was so cool. He was just like, lads, don't worry about it. Fuck it. We'll have fun anyway. And that is my number one favorite match. I know that was a really long-winded answer. I apologize, but yeah, that's my favorite match with Ryan Root. Me and Ryan against Johnny and Tony Knight. Yeah, sorry, phenomenal, great.
I think I've seen that one. Like, was that the one in like a tent looking thing?
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
it was so
I've
dumb. Like trying to keep you laughing when you're working with either of those two is hard. Johnny is such a lovable character.
He is, yeah. I first met Johnny back in 2011, and so you're talking 14 years now. He's a legend of the business.
Yeah, no absolutely.
Absolute legend. Ever such a nice bloke. I've got his book somewhere, like somewhere in like this thing. And yeah, and like I've refed him more times than I can give a shit to count.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, such a nice bloke. Never met Tony, however, I know his family. As they're literally about an hour up the road from me. And yeah, Johnny, again, fantastic wrestler, fantastic person. And yeah, So, have you got any more great stories alongside Mr. Rude?
Not any that I should probably say on a podcast.
Fair enough.
Apart from the shoulder one, right? So I know I've talked about my shoulder a lot. Sorry, it's my whole gimmick now. It's my whole gimmick now. So when we were driving down to FireStar on the morning of the 7th of December, obviously we were in conversation and we're both like, do you know what? I've never ever broke a bone in my body. Fucking lo and behold, like 6 hours later, I'm sitting in A&E with my arm hanging off. Like, there's some things you shouldn't say, and you know,
shit happens, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah. So, what have you got coming up in terms of wrestling, show-wise, match-wise, etc.?
On the 19th of this month, 10 days' time, I am working Brandon Prince.
Yes, good lad.
Very good, very, very good, very talented. Making me first defense of the Rapid Action Wrestling title against him in Cramlington. Then it's quiet. I've got FireStar in October. I don't think I'm allowed to say the match yet because I don't think it's been announced. I think that's on the 19th of October, I want to say. Down the river. And FireStar is always a great show to come to if you manage to get along to one. The cards are usually phenomenal. Kirby's usually on the cards. Jack Selstrom's usually booked these days on there. Like Crowley, Martin Kirby versus Crowley was probably one of my favorite matches I've ever watched on an indie show. Like they didn't do much, like in they still got huge reactions for everything that they did do. And it goes back to something Johnny Storm told us: it's less is more.
Yes,
and they proved that in that case. Like the biggest pop of the night probably went to a suplex, and it's because they'd done everything around it, and it was just masterclass, fucking masterclass. PW up north in I should probably have this all written down somewhere. I think I've got about 12 matches left this year.
Right, yeah.
I think there's a few charity ones in there as well. One in Leeds and one in Ripondon, I think. All for a good cause.
Yep.
But yeah, quite end of the year, perfect, just the way I want it. I'm not killing myself for bookings. Like, you know, I'm nearly 35. Like,
so you're so when it comes to people who were first getting involved, first getting started, etc. What sort of routine when it comes to training can you recommend people do? Like, what is your sort of like routine when it comes to training, routine when it comes to like show day, getting prepared for a show, etc., that you can help advise other people to sort of try and do?
So I've answered this one before, and it's a really shit answer, so I apologize. When I go to the gym, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just follow Ryan Rude's lead. Like he's set up the plan of what we're going to do and what we're going to do on what days. So in terms of that, I do not have an answer. I apologize. I am terrible when it comes to shit like that. If I didn't go with Ryan, I would sit there and do absolutely nothing. Like I've got no motivation for the gym. But if you wanna market yourself in the right way, you need to look after how you look. Show days, we have a ritual. It's probably not going to be the same for everyone, but I'll pick Ryan up. We'll have a can of Monster, standard, right? That's every day. And no matter where we're wrestling in the country, apart from Scotland, we will travel through Wetherby, and we will stop at Wetherby services. every time. It's just been a thing since we started tagging. And that's our stop off. Go to the show, you know. If we get there early enough, we'll have a look around the local area, you know, to see if it's probably not the best thing to do, but we'll have a walk around, see how well it's been advertised. If it's been like posted from window to window, you know, it's probably going to be a good one.
Yeah.
If you're wrestling in the middle of nowhere and there's no posters, you've got no hope.
Yeah.
So we'll sort of judge that on what we should be doing during the match. Again, it's probably not going to be the same for everyone. So don't take this as gospel advice. What you should do on show days. Go to the venue. Make sure you shake everybody's hand, even if you don't like them. Just show that little bit of respect. Make you be the bigger person.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. Go out, have a wrestle, have fun, have a pint. I'm not. Sorry, mate. I don't have any professional answer for you here.
No, you're right. What I do like show day, right, personally, is a Witherspoon's fry up. Can't be a spoon's breakfast on a show day. You just can't. And yeah,
is it going where I think it's going?
Not
is
with.
All right, okay. I thought that's where you were going with this. No, Me, Ryan Rood, and Marshall Warner had a spoon's breakfast before a show down south not long ago, which was good. No, it's a good, nice change. Nice change.
It is. Yeah. But nah, I wouldn't give him the fucking time of day.
No.
But, I'm sure that you could, like you can speak for yourself, like on that, can't you? So,
again, that's another one that would have to be a total separate podcast just for the stories about him.
I've got no comment there. Rest of all that. And,
me too.
But so as well with stuff you've done in the past, has there been, you know, anyone, you know, besides, you know, people like Tony Knight, people like Johnny Storm, Ryan Rood, etc., has there been anyone else that you've probably worked with on a regular basis that like you really like working with, or somebody you have worked with you haven't worked with like in God knows how long, who you want to work with again, or is there anyone on the scene who you think should be somewhere? But
I've said this for years. In promoters have said that they're gonna make it happen soon. Is Dean Allmark? He is the top of my list of people that I want to work. He will absolutely make a fool out of me. He will tie me up in knots. But you know, it's one of them matches that I would love to have. People that should be somewhere. There's a lot of people that should be around more than they are. Charlie Main is criminally underrated. He's relatively new as well, but he's so good at what he does. Indigo Jones is another one. He is so talented. Marshall Warner. I think he was. I don't know if he came from PPW or he just goes to PPW now. But he's another one that is absolutely phenomenal. Like he's got everything. Like his crowd works on point. His match psychology is phenomenal. These people need to be around, like booked around the UK more than the area that they're at. There was another question there, wasn't there?
Is there anyone who you haven't worked with in a while who you would like to work with?
I'd like to work Johnny again. It's been like 2 years, if that counts as a while.
Yeah.
No, I'm at the point of wrestling now where I'm just happy to work anyone that, you know, wants to or needs a little bit of guidance. If I can offer it, then absolutely fantastic. If I can't, then you know, we'll still wrestle anyway. I'm happy wrestling anyone. Like I said at the beginning, you never stop learning and wrestling.
Yeah, you don't.
And I could learn so much wrestling. Dean Allmark is as much as I could learn wrestling this guy that's been wrestling for like a year, you know, because you can take bits away from every opponent.
Yeah. I mean, like PPW. I mean, what a place! Like I've never personally physically been there, but I mean, what a place like Liam Slater's managed to make out of that.
Oh, 100%.
I mean?
Yeah.
You know, the people there. You know, I like as you mentioned about Charlie May, I think are criminally underused as well.
Yeah.
On shows elsewhere. You know, people like Rex Heartless, Matty Carter, Matthias Zavada.
Matty Carter is very good, by the way. He was on I was at a Kama. Is it Kama or Kama?
Kama,
yeah. I was on one of their shows, and he impressed me a lot there. There was like the whole everyone that was on that show was very, very good and so nice as well.
I think that Mark and Katie have got a very good thing going there.
Very good. Very well run as well.
The Barnsley scene as well, I think, is hot and like around that sort of area. You know, Barnsley sort of bits of Leeds and like going into like Sheffield. I think like round there, you know, it's hot as anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think people like Rex Heartless need to, you know, be wrestling like a lot more regularly. You know, Evan Knight, he's wrestling as someone else now. Evan Bishop, I think now. Like again, I think that he's great. He does stuff for PPW now, and
there was a guy on the Kama show called Dominic, and I can't pronounce his second name.
Dominic Agoga. Yeah, he's very good as well. Lincoln Fight Factory, I believe. Yeah. Don't quote me on that.
I think he might have mentioned that actually. Yeah.
There was someone in that match who was in because he was in the 6-man like elimination thing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was either him or someone else. Like I can't think who's from the Fight Factory Academy. Yeah, he looked bloody fantastic. You know.
Yeah, he's very very nice.
And yeah, just had a comment from a good friend of mine. Chap from Ipswich Community Radio, member of the Nordic Pro podcast, from Tommy's Rock and Metal Mayhem, Mr. Tommy
Lambert. Hello, Tommy. Indeed.
So Tommy has said it doesn't feel right to see Matty Mayhem without his signature green hair.
I know. So right, the story behind getting rid of the green hair. I got married last year, August last year, and the wife didn't want. Thank you very much. The wife didn't want me to have green hair for the wedding. Understandable, you know. It would have spoiled the photos. So I changed my hair for the wedding, and I just haven't had the balls to go back. But right, okay. So little spoiler for you here, right? FireStar have announced this huge show for next year.
Yes.
And the talent that is potentially going to be on this card is absolutely insane. So I was thinking maybe for this big show, I might do the green hair one more time. I'm getting old now, right? And I can't afford to keep bleaching my hair. I'm losing so much of it. I want to try to prolong it as long as I can. So if I get the go ahead from the missus, the hair will be going back green for one show.
Right. Don't you hate wrestling people with green hair?
Oh, no. Do you know what, right? Oh, God. It wasn't even that.
Bring that up, for fuck's sake.
I fucking forgot about that, to be fair. Right, so I'm not mentioning names, but there was a guy that started out at around the same time as me and Ryan Root at Rad Pro. He went off to other ventures in another company, and he dyed his hair green. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that people on the wrestling team will have bright colored hair or extravagant hair or something like that. But back then, I was known for green hair. I don't think there was anybody else on the scene. Maybe Ewan, but he was black and green, so he didn't count. no one else had green hair. Everyone knew that the green hair was Matty Mayhem. That was my character. That was my whole shtick back then.
Mm.
This motherfucker went over to a company, dyed his hair green, started wearing like punk pants, which I was wearing at the time, started wearing leather jackets, and I was like, "What the shit is going on here?" It's like looking at me in a parallel universe. Like, no. So I made. Can you remember? You're young, so I forgive if you can't remember this, right? But on VHS tapes years and years ago, there was an advert like, "You wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't steal a television." Essentially, it was an advert for like don't pirate videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I know, maybe me. I love a little bit of controversy because controversy sells. I made a video of you wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't steal a TV. So why would you steal a gimmick? And that's where that stemmed from. So it was like, I was like, all right, okay, I'm not doing this show. Like, fuck this. He was like. He sent us like a message, really, really nice message saying like, "Oh, best of luck with your future endeavors, blah, 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 blah." And then he took the fucking Facebook and was like, "Don't book Matty Mayhem. He hates people with green hair." I was like, "What the fuck? Like, I can't win." Oh, shit.
You bully. You're a bully.
Yeah, I know.
That's exactly what you are. You're a bully.
I'm a bully and I'm blacklisted. Which moves me on. I have a new merch design. Blacklisted Matty Mayhem.
I think everyone's blacklisted after this part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another member of the Nordic Pro podcast has said, "Hi all."
Richie, hello.
Richie. And then Tommy again has said, "I'll never forget the pasting table."
Oh, I fucking know which pasting table he's talking about as well, you know. So,
do we want to know, or
it was for the company in Leeds?
Yeah.
And
okay, go on. If you have to.
I can't remember who I wrestled. I think it might have been. It was either Johnny and Tony, or no, it wasn't. It was Johnny and Keegan, I think.
Keegan worked him. Yep.
Yeah, very nice, very, very nice lad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it might have been. It was either Tony and Keegan, or Johnny and Keegan. It was one of the two. And said promote, I was like, "Look, I want to run a storyline with you. You're gonna, I don't know, fucking hold me belt hostage or some shit." I was like, "Oh, I don't like where this is going already," because he tried so many times, even back then, to get in the ring to like wrestle. And I was like, "I don't like where this is going." And he was like, "Okay, so I've got this idea where I'm going to put you through a table." And I was like, "No, you're fucking not." "No, you are not." And he was like, "All right, so how can we do it?" And I was like, "Right, I'll stand on the apron on the outside. I'll give you some shit, and I want you to slap me as hard as you can. Then I'll fall back and I'll put myself through a table, so that way you're not fucking touching us." He was like, "All right, yeah, let's do that." And I swear to God, right, he gave me the weakest fucking push of a finger to the chest. And obviously, because he wound up for it as well, though. That's the thing. So I was expecting. Well, yes, yeah, that's what I mean. It wasn't a slap. It was a fucking finger brush. But he wound it up. And I was expecting to, brace for impact. So this finger went past. As it went past, I was already falling. And I was like, "Oh, fuck, why the fuck have I done this?" And I got backstage and I was like, "Okay, money now. Fuck this shit." There was, I don't know if I'm not going to mention anyone's name that's been fucking kicked off the scene, but there was a talented wrestler, but a prick sitting in the crowd, and he absolutely ripped me apart online.
Did he wear a mask by chance?
He did.
Yes, say that. Yeah, I think I can gather who you mean.
Yeah. Very talented, but a fucking prick.
Yeah.
He gave me loads of shit online about it, and I was like, "Look, I got fucking paid extra for it. I don't give a shit if you're all going to give me shit for it." Like,
was this the match where you came out wearing said promoter who's name's face spot on a
so right, no. So it was the same show, yeah, but it was Boris sitting in the crowd, JC, James
Yes,
Carr, who
yeah.
now runs True Grit, I think.
Yes, yeah.
He was sitting in the crowd, and he and his lady friend, I don't want to say wife or partner because I don't know if they're still together or what. He and her both had Adam Bauer, both had face masks, right? And me and Ryan seeing them, and we were like, "Oh my god, this is fucking insane!" So we stole these face masks, walking around doing entrance, and we had the time of our lives. Like I know, right? Oh, you've got us going on a tangent now, right? As much as the shows are fucking terrible and so badly ran, right? There's so much fun. Like everyone backstage is like, everyone comes together. Like, everyone comes together and like everyone gets on because they're all in agreement of how bad this is. It was so much fun. Like walking around with that mask, I felt so empowered. It was great.
So Tommy has said, I still can't believe you wrestled on the same show as Jack Sparrow, the impersonator.
Oh man, he wasn't even that good. That was so terrible. Like, right, okay, look, I get that people want something different on wrestling shows, okay? I get that, I do, because, you need to break it up a little bit. But not every show has to have an impersonator, a singer singing the fucking national anthem like it's WrestleMania. Like, come on, like, yeah, The Witch as well. Like, come on. Fuck me, man. It's a shame as well because people still work these shows and it's so infuriating. Like, don't lower yourself to it, man. But like, I can't deny that I've had some of me great the monster. Oh no!
I remember working a show for this company about 2.5 years back, and one of his titles has gone missing. Right? And I wrestled the at the time champion against another lad for the title that had gone missing. And one of the people in the match was the Monsters champion at the time. And because I didn't know where the British title had gone to, I can tell you like exactly where it is. But like I had to use the the Monsters title as a replacement for the British title, and it's like what the fuck, you know what I mean? And,
that title is the weirdest fucking thing in the world. The first show he had that on, I'm sure he had like a casket match or something like that, or something really fucking dumb. It was the people that were in it were not trained.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was hard to watch.
I mean that witch character. I'd never met the person, but I just can't. Just seeing some of the matches is just like, who the fuck told you to get on the show?
That's the thing that I think that's what we're talking about. Like find a reputable training school and don't go to the shitbag companies to try and get a foot in the door early. Like don't. Hopefully, right? Because I don't know who this witch character is, right? Hopefully, after that, they could have went on to find a reputable training school and turned out to be a good wrestler. Like we don't know because we don't know who it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wasn't good. The whole thing wasn't good.
Again, like I'm not doubting him as a person. They probably are. Nicest person on planet Earth. But it's one of this promoter's favorite lines. They haven't got the balls to train me.
Yeah, it's probably called we're all bullies.
With all due respect, but one of the blokes who was training him in a damn fucking boxing ring about 2.5 years back was also a fucking untrained bastard. But I'm not going to get into that. But it's British wrestling for you nowadays, though, isn't it, mate?
That's it. I think it's went in the right direction for a long, long time. Obviously, we can't stop people starting new companies that shouldn't have companies. But on the upside to that, there's so many good ones out there.
There are.
That sort of drown out the little ones at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, again, round where I am, you've got Big Top Wrestling, you've got Paige's family, her company
WAW, yeah.
Just up the road from me. You got Falling Star Wrestling, you got Lion Wrestling Promotions, you got Fight Factory, you know, you've got SOS, you got DOA, you know, around here, and then obviously up north you've got companies, you know, like FireStar, MPW up in Newcastle. You know,
wrestling in Newcastle win is so good at the minute. North is bringing in major talent.
Yeah, North are hot as anything at the minute. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Tommy has just said here, as Tommy does the music for DOA, would be awesome to get Matty on a DOA show.
Oh shit, I appreciate that, man. Point us in the right direction. Slide in in messages on Facebook and point me in the right direction, and we'll see what we can do.
Well, DOA, we've got some big things coming up. We've got a 2 shows in one day. Again, I booked on the show to ref, but I can't think of the date to save my fucking life.
Yeah,
Great Yarmouth. Both of them shows are going out on Extreme Sport, Freeview 271. Nice. They've just signed a big deal with, 2 big deals with a company out in Japan. I'm not even going to go into attempt to pronounce said company. And for the something like another company based in, I believe, Chicago. I believe.
Oh, nice, yeah. Nice.
Here we are. So Tommy's just said Saturday, the 18th of October. There we go.
Someone knows what they're doing.
Yeah, you know. And again, talent from all companies will be, you know, flying to and from. Championships will be defended for each company and etc. And so that's some great things coming out for Dynamic Over the Top Action. DLA. And
you mentioned Big Top Wrestling. Is that ran by
UK Pitbulls?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. That is indeed.
I commented on a status, or someone tagged me in a status of theirs last year at some point, trying to get me down, but that never came to. It might have been you, but that didn't come to fruition, which is sad because they look like they're doing great things as well.
Yeah, the Pitbulls are legends in wrestling. They're the best backs of the business. Mike Bulk, he was in Deadpool last year as the Blob. You know, they've worked all over the world, held titles in America, all across Europe, all across the UK. You know, I wouldn't have had anywhere near the amount of opportunities that I've had in wrestling if it weren't for them. If it weren't for people like, you know, the Pitbulls, Big F and Joe, CW Davis, etc. Do you know what I mean? You know, I will put your name forward as next year that Big Top. Well, I can't say anything just yet, but I do know some things that are going to be happening next
understandable.
year. I will try and put your name forward as, you know, like there will always be someone who, you know, probably can't make it or, you know, wanted to give, because like they always, like they have got like a core, you know, set of people that they use, but for every show, like they always want to bring people in. And what have you. So like I will put you and Ryan forward.
Oh, look at that. What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah. So, because this is the thing, you know, wrestling, you're meant to work together, ain't you? Do you know what I mean?
You're supposed to, yeah. Of course you're supposed to, but...
Exactly, you know, and it pisses me off, right, when people are just in it for themselves. And, but, again, wrestling for you. So Tommy has thankfully been kind enough to let us know the actual names of the companies. So the one out in America, Fantastic League of Wrestling. And then the one in Japan is FTO.
There we go.
I couldn't tell you what that is in Japanese, but Tommy, you're a dick. Bobby is the worst ginger ref. Right, mate, can I get your opinion?
Wait, hold on. By proxy, right? Because I'm pretty sure you're the only ginger ref. So by proxy, that makes you top as well.
Are you too colourblind?
No, I'm joking. I get called ginger all the time, so I understand your pain.
Oh dear.
I'm just grey now.
Dye your hair back to being green for Christ's sake.
Yeah, it's probably going to come soon, but like I say, I'm trying to keep hold as much as I can in me. Because look at this man. Like, which way am I? Like, I'm losing it all here already, man. Like, I'm probably just gonna have to shave it all off. I'm gonna have to do a Sean only and shave it all off.
Wear a wig instead.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is a shout. Look at that. It is the beard. Yeah, good shout. I shave mine off and just have a mustache now.
Yeah.
Ollie man. I've been called worse.
No longer Matty Mayhem. Now he's Baldy Mayhem.
New merch right there. Thanks, Tommy.
Yeah, you're also bringing one out of saying that you're blacklisted now, aren't you?
Oh yeah. I think right. If I'm tech savvy enough, right, that I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. Did it work? It did. There it is. Yep. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh mate, that's incredible.
Yeah. Fast. I work fast. I got told I should be blacklisted, and within 20 minutes I had new merch. It's already in the printers and everything. Pre-orders are flying in.
Oh, I need one of them, like ASAP. Yeah, please, thank you.
There we go.
Oh,
well, like I say, controversy sells. You know, it's a bit tongue in cheek, but you know.
Well, this is the thing. Like, I hate bringing them up, but if people deserve to be blacklisted and whatever, because there were several people that he mentioned the other day who should be blacklisted. Why the fuck was he on your show to begin with? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know.
So that's the thing. I think he's only just recently learned the term blacklisted because he's used it a lot over the last few days.
Exactly. It's the same. It's the same as bully. You know.
Yeah.
That's the word. You know?
Not a bully. We're just telling you how it is. Like, you ask for advice, and when you get the advice, you hate it. If you hate the advice, it doesn't make you someone a fucking bully. Like,
I'm gonna break your fucking kneecaps. What's your address? Give it to me now. No, do you know what I mean? You know.
Oh god, the stories I have of that man is insane.
Oh, there really needs to be like a Dark Side of the Ring series on that bloke, don't there?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I'll record it.
Yeah. Should we do like a podcast on it?
It would be longer than a fucking podcast. Would be a whole season, like. But is UKFF still a thing? Like UK Wrestling Fan Forum or whatever the fuck it is.
Are you want about the company in Batley?
No. Oh no, God no. So there's a website called UKFF, and it's a wrestling forum of wrestling fans from all over the world, right? And then it's not on there now because I've just checked, but there were stories dating back to 2016 and 2015 about said person still doing the same shit. Like, it's insane how long he's gotten away with it for.
God. Like I said to you just before we come live, I've only been reffing, so it'll be 3 years on the 1st of next month. Yeah. I've known this bloke 2.5. I only worked for him twice. Never a fucking again. And Tommy's mentioned about there being this person.
We can't even have part 3. We haven't had fucking part 2 yet. Do you know how long I've waited for part 2? Honestly. Jesus.
Richie has said you should start a blacklisted wrestling promotion / federation.
Funny that you mentioned that. So obviously I play games quite a lot. So on Discord, like my friends, I've got them on Facebook, and they were like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And someone said to us yesterday, "You need to start a company called Blacklist Wrestling, and you just need to have everyone fight for the top spot of this blacklist, of like hypothetical blacklist." Yeah. It's such a good concept.
It is. Yeah. You know,
yeah,
like
let's do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll come ref.
Absolutely. Who?
Yeah, like we need to get on a show at some point. Like we were meant to get on this show last October, weren't we?
Yes.
But like you couldn't make it in the end.
I had an injury.
Fucking bully you are! How dare you?
Yeah.
You make me put up with that prick by my fucking self. How dare you? Yeah, so Tommy said that he needs to bugger off as he's on the radio in 10 minutes. Go check out ICR 105.7 FM on the radio, Ipswich Community Radio, Tommy's Uncensored show. Also checking out every Thursday from, I believe, 2 till 5, I believe, for Tommy's Rock and Metal Mayhem, again on ICR 105.7 FM.
That's cool as shit, that, you know. I really wanted to be a radio DJ when I was a kid, like a radio presenter.
Tommy's stuff is really, really good. And if you want any hints, then contact him. And he's been doing it years and years and years now for a couple of different stations. And so Richie said, like the Blacklist from NFS Most Wanted 2005.
Criminally underrated game, Need for Speed Most Wanted. Absolutely, that is the best game in the Need for Speed series. Yeah, sort of like that. Yeah, mate, you got to fight your way at the top of the list.
Can't lie, I've never actually played any Need for Speed games.
Oh, really? They're very good games.
No, yeah. But yeah, that was a bit of a rant at the end. But
it was fun. It was fun.
Tommy said tonight's 3 of a kind section is old school underground M&M stuff. And then he's also said my favorite Need for Speed game is Underground 2.
Good show.
I'm very basic when it comes to gaming, you know, Red Dead Redemption, GTA, Skyrim.
Yeah.
Minecraft, Sims.
I like Minecraft. Minecraft. Oh, yeah, so it's guilty pleasure.
Exactly. You know, don't judge me. Do you know what I mean? You know,
no judgment, mate. We're all involved in wrestling. You're like, come on.
Exactly. Anyways, Mr. Mayhem, have you got anything to add on to the end of this podcast?
If you want to get involved in wrestling, don't be a dick. Be nice to everyone. Do as many things as you can without looking like you're trying to kiss ass.
And as Matty said earlier, find a reputable training school for Christ's sake.
Please do. PPW if you're from down south. If you're from up north, please go to Grafters, which is run by HT Drake. Phenomenal wrestler. Drake is very, very good wrestler. I'm not sure if NGW is running anymore, but I think that was run by... I don't think the
school is.
Is it not? No.
Like they are still promoting shows, like not as regularly as like what they used to, but
they were
I don't
huge.
think the school's in fruition anymore.
Oh, that's a shame. They were big. They
were.
Yeah.
They've got one of the old people who, well, I say one of the old people, that really big fellow who was one of the chasers from the chase.
Mark Lebert.
Yes, him.
Yeah.
He's now their general manager.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He's their general manager like now, and so Richie's just said I haven't seen anything for NGW since before lockdown. They have started, running shows again. Again, it's literally every couple of months now. Like they don't run like their old NGW weekly TV that they used to do from York Hall in Bethnal Green that they used to do years ago. and like, all over the place. Tommy's also said Nebula Wrestling in Nottingham have a great school as well.
Touchy subject. No, I'm joking. I was actually meant to be booked by Nebula for their show this Saturday, the 13th. But Ryan's already booked. So, and they were looking for a tag team specifically. So I was this close to getting down on Nebula this weekend, but it is wrestling. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I would recommend companies like Kingdom Wrestling up in Bradford, run by Gareth Angel. Lion Wrestling Promotions based in Wainfleet All Saints, just outside of Skegness, run by the Lion Aaron Sharp. Falling Star Wrestling in Kings Lynn here in Norfolk, run by Jimmy Starr. You have people like Jack Landers teaching there, Jimmy Furio, as well as a couple others. Certified Pro Wrestling, which is CXW's academy promotion. I very much recommend them. The head coach there is the world's okayest wrestler, Ali OK. They have a seminar coming up next month with the Man Beast and the Master of the Gore, Rhino, next month. That'll be good. I'm working for CXW on the 21st of this month, so that'll be good for the Battle Squad show. So,
speaking of Aaron Sharp, right? I don't believe I've met him. Like, I know of him, but I don't believe I've met him. I was on holiday in Bulgaria in 2023. I want to say it was, and I was sitting in a bar, and me and the wife were just talking about like what I was doing when I got back home, like within wrestling. And this guy, he must have been in his 40s or 50s. He was like, "You do wrestling?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, there's a guy I work with who does the wrestling." I was like, "Oh, right, really? And what's his name?" And he was like, "Oh, Aaron Shaw." And I was like, what a small world. Like, I messaged Aaron because I've got him on Facebook. Yeah. I commented on one of his things, and I was like, I was on holiday, and this guy knew who you were. Crazy.
Wow. Yeah, like I think I do remember you saying somewhere to me, like on Facebook, somewhere.
Yeah.
Small world, isn't it?
It is when you think of it like with shit like that. Yeah, like what are the odds that I bump into someone who's involved within wrestling, who knows someone? In wrestling on holiday in Bulgaria of all places. Like,
dear, oh dear. Yeah,
oh well.
That would be mad. But yeah. Anyways, Matty, thank you very, very much. Oh yeah, also as well, social medias as well. Where can people find if they don't know who you are?
So I've recently deleted Twitter or X because I hate it.
Really?
Yes, thank you. So my main contacts are Instagram, which is at Real Matty Mayhem. TikTok, which is the same, I think. I love TikTok. I don't care what anyone says. TikTok is great. And Facebook, but I think that might be different. I think that might be Matty Mayhem 13.
I believe your Facebook is Matty Mayhem - professional wrestler. I believe.
Oh yeah, that's the name, but like the link itself.
Oh, well, like the app thing. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Matty Mayhem professional wrestler because I am the ultimate professional.
Yeah.
YouTube as well. I've got YouTube. I upload to YouTube like once every 3 or 4 months. So.
Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe to that.
Lovely, bloody jubbly. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the Nerdic Pro podcast, thank you all very, very, very much for watching live. Thank you to those of you watching on the replay. Matty, I was meant to say to you earlier before we come live. When we finish this, we're going to go back into the lobby thing again that we were in earlier. Yeah, forgot to mention to you that earlier. Again, I'm unprofessional. How dare I?
Fucking bully.
So, I need to learn how to speak English before I do anything. You would have thought that English is my first language.
That was a vibe. That was a vibe. I was vibing.
Yeah. So, my name is, as per usual, Bobby effing SALASTAR. Thank you all very much for watching live. Thank you all very much for watching afterwards. Go check out the Nerdic Pro Podcast's TikTok page, something that we're working on to grow as well. If you could be so kind to just for £3 small British pounds per month, we're doing a subscription thing on there, which can help bring in a load of more interviews as well. Bigger names, no disrespect. And,
Fucking bullying us. No, what it is. I am not coming back to this lobby. Right here. No, but I get that.
Yeah, so some big names as well. There's a couple of things in the pipeline that we've got worked out as well. I can't say too much just yet. You can get like a load of exclusive TikToks on there as well. Check us out on Facebook. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. Also check out Matty Mayhem, Ryan Rude, and Anarchy Inc., etc. on all their social media platforms. Follow them as well. And you will not be disappointed. And support British indie wrestling.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Can you remember that clothing brand, Defend Indie Wrestling? That was great.
Support British indie wrestling, indeed.
Yeah. No, but no, thank you very much for having me. This has been fun. This has been a lot of fun.
No worries. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to do so. And ladies and gentlemen, my name is, as usual, been Bobby effing SALASTAR. That has been Mr. Matty Mayhem. And this has been the Nerdic Pro Podcast. Also, check us out tomorrow evening as well for episode of week 200 of Nerdic Pro Weekly. Be there. We shall be seeing you all later. Goodbye.
Thank you.